Greetings! I understand that you enjoy Nabi Asli videos filled with engaging animations and entertainment. However, it's important to occasionally release special deep dive episodes that feature minimal animation and focus solely on the demystification of the Quran. This video on Allah and Satan in the Quran is for the real ones who are serious about understanding Islam. Ready to go beyond the surface? Let's unlock the secrets of the Quran together. Who are Allah and Satan in the Quran? Many wonder why some Muslims have committed horrific acts in the name of Allah, behaving in ways that seem more like Satan's influence than divine guidance, despite claiming to follow Allah's commands. To better understand this paradox in Islam, let's directly compare what the Quran says about Allah and Satan, which is also known as Iblis or Shaitan. The parallels are striking, especially in how both are portrayed as actively misleading people and instigating enmity and hatred. 1. Concerning misleading and leading astray. The nature of Satan. Satan openly declares his mission to mislead humanity. Quran Surah An-Nisa, verse 60. Have you not seen those who claim to have believed in what was revealed to you, O Muhammad, and what was revealed before you? They wished to refer legislation to Taghut, while they were commanded to reject it. And Satan wishes to lead them far astray. Quran Surah An-Nisa, verse 119, in which Satan says, "And I will mislead them, and I will arouse in them sinful desires." Quran Surah Sad, verse 82, Iblis or Satan said, "By your might, I will surely mislead them all." These verses reveal that Satan's core goal is deception and leading people away from the truth. The nature of Allah. The Quran repeatedly states that Allah himself misleads or sends people astray, often as a deliberate act, with no escape or guidance for those affected. Quran Surah Az-Zukhruf, verse 36. And whoever is blinded from remembrance of the Most Merciful, we appoint for him a devil, and he is to him a companion. Az-Zukhruf 36 says that if someone turns away from Allah's remembrance, Allah assigns a devil to accompany and further mislead them. This raises a troubling question. If Allah is all-loving and all-forgiving, why intensify misguidance instead of offering help? Compare this to human parents. If our child strays, we try everything to guide them back, not send an evil companion to make it worse. By this standard, ordinary parents show more love and mercy than Allah. Quran Surah Ar-Ra'd verse 33 says that whomever Allah sends astray, there will be for him no guide. This verse summarizes the outcome. Allah sends people astray and they receive no guidance, leading straight to hell. Quran Surah Muhammad verse 1. Those who reject Allah and hinder men from the path of Allah, their deeds will Allah render astray from their mark. Good deeds of non-believers are nullified by Allah because they reject Islam. Quran Surah Ghafir verse 74. Thus does Allah put astray the disbelievers. Quran Surah Ghafir verse 34. Thus does Allah leave astray he who is a transgressor and skeptic. Quran Surah Fatir verse 8. Allah sends astray whom He wills and guides whom He wills. The Quran unapologetically repeats that Allah intentionally misleads whom He wills, making evil seem attractive, sealing hearts, and ensuring no guide for the astray. This contrasts sharply with loving parents who never abandon or worsen their children's path. The pattern is clear. Both Satan and Allah are depicted as active agents of misguidance. 2. Regarding enmity and hatred. Satan is explicitly called an enemy who sows division and hatred. Quran Surah Al-Isra, verse 53. Satan induces dissension among them. Quran Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 91. Satan only wants to cause between you animosity and hatred through intoxicants and gambling. Satan's method. Incite hatred and division to pull people from Allah. The nature of Allah. Allah Himself casts animosity and hatred among certain groups, specifically Jews and Christians, until the day of resurrection. Qur'an Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 14. And from those who say, "We are Christians," we took their covenant, but they forgot a portion of that of which they were reminded. So we caused among them animosity and hatred until the day of resurrection. Allah directly causes lasting hatred among Christians. Qur'an Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 64. And we have cast among them, the Jews, animosity and hatred until the day of resurrection. Allah plants enduring enmity and hatred in the hearts of Jews. Who sows hatred and division lasting until Judgment Day? In Satan's case, it's condemned as his evil work. In Allah's case, it's presented as divine justice. The actions mirror each other. Both actively foster animosity to divide and harm. These parallels raise serious questions about the nature of Allah in the Qur'an. If Satan misleads and sows hatred as the ultimate enemy, why does Allah perform strikingly similar roles, misleading people, assigning devils, nullifying good deeds, and instilling lasting hatred among groups? The text invites comparison, and the similarities are hard to ignore. 3. Regarding delusion and deception, the nature of Satan. Satan is repeatedly described as a deceiver who promises illusions and uses trickery to mislead. Qur'an Surah An-Nisa, verse 120. He, that is, Satan promises them and arouses desire in them. But Satan does not promise them except delusion. Qur'an Surah Al-Araf, verse 22. So he, Satan, made them fall through deception. And when they tasted of the tree, their private parts became apparent to them, and they began to fasten together over themselves from the leaves of paradise. Qur'an Surah Al-A'raf, verse 27. O children of Adam, let not Satan tempt you as he removed your parents from paradise. Qur'an Surah An-Nisa, verse 76. So fight against the allies of Satan. Indeed, the plot of Satan has ever been weak. Satan's signature is deception, false promises, temptation, and hidden plots against humanity. The nature of Allah. The Qur'an portrays Allah as the ultimate schemer who plots and deceives, even against those who oppose his messenger. Qur'an Surah Al-Anfal, verse 30. They were plotting, and Allah too was plotting. And Allah is the best of those who plot. Qur'an Surah Ali Imran, verse 54. And they, the disbelievers, schemed, and Allah schemed against them. And Allah is the best of schemers. While Satan's plots are called weak, Allah's are declared superior. He outplots and deceives the deceivers. The language is strikingly similar. Both engage in plotting, makr, deception, scheming. Satan deceives to lead astray. Allah schemes to counter and overcome his enemies. If deception is Satan's hallmark, why is Allah praised as the best at it? 4. Regarding sin, the nature of Satan. Satan actively adorns evil paths and incites people toward sin. Qur'an Surah Al-Hijr, verse 39. Iblis or Satan said, O my Lord, because you misled me, I shall indeed adorn the path of error for them, mankind, on the earth, and I shall mislead them all. Satan makes sin attractive and leads people into error. The nature of Allah. Qur'an Surah Maryam, verse 83. Do you not see that we have sent the devils upon the disbelievers, inciting them to evil with constant incitement? Pay attention to Surah Maryam 83. Allah deploys devils to provoke and push disbelievers into sin, mirroring Satan's role of adorning and inciting evil. Both make wrongdoing appealing and drive people deeper into it. 5. Regarding causing separation or divorce between spouses. The nature of Satan. Magic taught by devils or under Satan's influence is condemned for causing marital separation. Qur'an Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 102. And yet they human learn from them. the evil angels of Babylon Harut and Marut, that by which cause separation between a man and his wife. Devils or satanic forces teach methods to split husbands and wives, portrayed as harmful, forbidden magic that destroys families. The nature of Allah. Allah directly regulates, and in some cases, appears to facilitate or endorse, divorce, and even suggests replacing wives. Qur'an Surah At-Talaq, verse 1. O Prophet, when you Muslims divorce women, divorce them for the commencement of their waiting period and keep count of the waiting period, and fear Allah your Lord. Qur'an Surah At-Tahrim, verse 5. Perhaps his Lord, if he divorced you all, would substitute for him wives better than you. Submitting to Allah, believing, devoutly obedient, repentant, worshipping, and traveling. Ones previously married and virgins. Allah provides detailed rules for divorce, including the possibility of reconciliation, but also consoles the Prophet with the idea that Allah could replace an entire group of wives with better ones. While Satan-inspired magic is cursed for breaking marriages, Allah's own framework allows, and sometimes seems to encourage, separation, with the promise of superior replacements. The end result, marital rupture, is similar, yet one is demonic evil and the other divine permission. These additional parallels continue the pattern. Actions attributed to Satan, deception, inciting sin, breaking marriages, are echoed or surpassed in descriptions of Allah. Superior scheming, sending devils to incite evil, regulating and potentially enabling spousal replacement. The Quran consistently shows overlapping roles. Who created and empowers Satan, the ultimate source of evil? After examining these parallels, a deeper question emerges. If Allah and Satan share such similar roles, misleading people, scheming, inciting sin, sowing hatred, and breaking families, who is truly behind Satan's evil actions? The Quran points to Allah as the one who deliberately creates, appoints, and allows evil forces to operate. Quran Surah Az-Zukhruf, verse 36. And whoever is blinded from remembrance of the Most Merciful, we appoint for him a devil, and he is to him a companion. Allah himself assigns devils as companions to those who turn away, actively pairing them with evil to deepen their misguidance. Satan doesn't act independently here. Allah deploys him. Quran Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 30. And O Muhammad, when your Lord said to the angels, Indeed, I will make upon the earth a successive authority. They said, Will you place upon it one who causes corruption therein and sheds blood, while we exalt you with praise and declare your perfection? He, Allah, said, Indeed, I know that which you do not know. Allah knowingly creates humanity despite foreseeing corruption, bloodshed, and mischief. Evil behavior on earth is not an accident. It's part of Allah's intentional plan. Quran Surah Al-An'am, verse 123. And thus we have placed within every city the greatest of its criminals to conspire therein. In this verse, Allah deliberately positions the worst criminals in societies to plot and scheme, mirroring Satan's conspiratorial nature, yet orchestrated by Allah himself. Quran Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 253. Those messengers, some of them we caused to exceed others. Among them were those to whom Allah spoke, and he raised some of them in degree. And we gave Jesus, the son of Mary, clear proofs, and we supported him with the pure spirit. If Allah had willed, those generations succeeding them would not have fought each other after the clear proofs had come to them. But they differed, and some of them believed, and some of them disbelieved. And if Allah had willed, they would not have fought each other, but Allah does what He intends. Conflict, fighting, disbelief, and bloodshed among people occur only because Allah wills it. He could prevent all violence and division, but chooses not to. Qur'an Surah Al-Furqan, verse 31. And thus have we made for every prophet an enemy from among the criminals. But sufficient is your Lord as a guide and a helper. Allah creates enemies, criminals, for every prophet, ensuring opposition. Qur'an Surah Al-An'am, verse 112. And thus we have made for every prophet an enemy, devils from mankind and jinn. Allah creates devilish humans and jinn as enemies of the prophets, inspiring them with deceptive speech. Yet again, if Allah willed, none of this evil would happen, making him the ultimate architect. The pattern is undeniable. Satan misleads, deceives, incites, and opposes. But Allah creates Satan or Iblis, appoints devils, places criminals, engineers enemies, wills conflict and bloodshed, and even enables evil to flourish. Satan's actions serve Allah's plan. If Satan's nature is deception and enmity, and Allah's actions mirror and surpass it, creating the very conditions for evil, then the source of much of the satanic behavior traces back to Allah himself. This raises a profound issue. When Muslims deeply fear and obey Allah, following a God who misleads, schemes, incites sin, sows hatred, and wills conflict, it's no surprise that some end up behaving in ways strikingly similar to Satan. The similarities in their natures, as shown throughout the Qur'an, explain the paradox.